All right, I'll answer a few questions. I'm gonna answer a few questions from my last post. I got some comments asking. So basically, I've been eating pretty close to the same thing most days. I mean, my diet's pretty flexible. I'm not super duper strict, but I'll get into it. So lately, it has been a lot of red meat. I will cook it, in advance sometimes, or I'll cook it on the spot. Usually, of course, I like to cook it on the spot, but typically it's gonna be some steak. I really have not had a taste for chicken lately. I don't know why, but I mean, that's okay. Red meat's fine. Then, probably should have heated this up at the same time. Jasmine rice. I pretty much eat jasmine rice with most of my meals. If it's not jasmine rice, it's like a sweet potato. I'm gonna throw in some light sour cream, this is not really less fat cheese, but it should be, but I couldn't find it, so I'm just using regular cheese. I'll chop up a little bit of an onion, Cholula or Tabasco. I love hot sauce. I typically have salsa, and I just ran out, but I've been buying it from Walmart, like a big container. I mean, it's like the picante salsa. It's really good. And I have a giant pull-out drawer of Taco Bell sauces. Because yes, I go to Taco Bell almost every weekend because it's one of my guilty foods. I'm gonna condense this a little bit. And yes, I always give a little bit to the dogs. I give them the healthy food, like, the regular steak and rice. I don't obviously give them any seasonings or avocado or onions because you're not supposed to do that with dogs. But I'm gonna throw some rice on this. I'm making this one relatively lighter because I do have to go coaching a bit, and I don't want a full stomach to slow me down. But again, here we go. Just gonna be some rice and steak. Heat that up again. Got the regular dog food. I'm not gonna spoil them too much, but I'm gonna throw some steak on here. Give the dogs a little treat. We go on walks, so they haven't gotten too fat, but we do eat pretty good in this house, in this apartment. Other question I got on the video was, where do I get my meat, my steak? Because yes, obviously, red meat's gonna be pretty expensive. Honestly, I go to Walmart a lot. I have a grandma who supports me a lot. She practically raised me, and she will go to Save A Lot, and she gets me the meat that's like, pretty close to not being good anymore, but she'll buy it in bulk and then give it to me, throw it in the freezer, and then I'll thaw it out and cook it immediately. And that way, it's not going bad. I obviously monitor and make sure that, it's not gonna be bad meat, but she has supported me for a long time. So Walmart, Save A Lot, you can go to Aldi, and then, weeks where I'm busy, I'll run up to, Heinen's and Giant Eagle, even though they're a little more expensive, but, if you don't have those stores in your area, then I get it. But Walmart lately. But yeah, there we go. Got that heated up. I'm gonna take the other half of my avocado that I cut in half last night. And let me remind you, I've been eating this same thing for years, and I really don't get sick of it. I really don't. Again, don't give avocado to the dogs. Again, here's what it looks like so far. Cut up my onion. What's the other question I got? Also, yes, if you can't eat red meat or you can't eat eggs because you have a condition, you can do this exact same thing. Like my morning breakfast I typically have, you can have the egg whites instead. And then when you're doing this, you can have, instead of the steak and the red meat, you can switch it for ground turkey. You can switch it to chicken. You can switch it to tuna. Anything that's not red meat, but still has protein in it. I do like ground turkey, and again, lately I have not wanted chicken at all. I don't know why. I used to eat chicken like crazy, but lately I just have not had a taste for it. if I'm the one cooking it. And I'm not a bad cook when it comes to my chicken, but here we got some shredded cheese, a little bit. Again, I'm not super strict lately, so if I really want to, if I'm feeling it, I will throw on a bunch. But we got some Cholula. Might be pronouncing that wrong, but douse that on. We got light sour cream. Try not to throw too much sauce and stuff on here because then it typically just gets mushy and loses the flavor. A little dabble of that. Typically, I would be throwing the Taco Bell sauce packets on, but honestly, I don't really need that right now. I love tahini. I'll throw a little bit on that on there. I do season my steak typically with salt, pepper, tahini, and then garlic powder. But salt and pepper is it's like the OG. You know, you can't go wrong with salt and pepper on stuff. And I do use a decent amount of salt. And if you're active, that's completely fine. It's not gonna kill you to eat more salt if you're more active. Pepper. And then, I mean, this is kind of pretty much the finished product. This is just a quick meal I'm gonna eat before I go do some coaching and then probably hit a quick workout afterwards. But did you guys eat yours already? Yeah, you demolished it. And then now they're over here staring at me, begging for more, because my cooking is actually decent. It's very simple. I know some people are gonna be like, oh, how do you enjoy that? How do you enjoy life with that? I'm like, I like it. I really do enjoy it. And then, you know what? I cheat on weekends. Cheat on my diet. I had pizza, tacos, lots of Taco Bell, Chinese food. You know, I'm not, and I drink, obviously, tequila. But yeah, I'm not strict all the time. You don't want to do that. That's how you do not enjoy things unless you really do enjoy eating healthy all the time. But I can eat this meal 2 or 3 times a day, every day, 4 or 5 days a week, and be fine. Yes, it's heavier in fat because there's avocado, cheese, and steak in here, but I even it out with my other meals. And if I'm bulking, I'll throw a bunch more rice, I'll throw the whole avocado, and I'll keep typically the meat in here is around 6 to 8 ounces, usually 6 because you don't really need that much in one sitting. But yeah, any other questions? Comment, let me know.